Hey, is the person you were once madly in love with no longer in love with you? More specifically, is the lady just not into you the way she used to be? Like you can tell something has changed. She's not as excited to hear from you. She's not excited when you come around. And maybe if she's your spouse, you can just feel like something is not there the way it used to be. Like we don't vibe, we don't connect. She doesn't really talk to me, she doesn't really open up. Everything is kind of static and status quo. Just no excitement. What happened? You're like, Rod, you're the marriage coach and the relationships expert. Can you tell me what has happened? Why is it that she's not into you the way that she used to be? It's such a painful dynamic, and it's almost kind of like this being shaken back into reality. And I see this dynamic a lot in my work with couples because it actually happens. Like when the lady she's just done. She's finished. She's not going to scream anymore. She's not going to ask anymore. She's not making the requests for love and time and attention. She is just not into you anymore. Now, let me give you the good news before I give you some of the challenging news. If you are a married couple, you can absolutely resolve this. In fact, if you're not a married couple, if you're partners, you can resolve this. You can fix this. There are steps, there are protocols. I often share with couples my dream marriage method to help them revive their relationships. And so just don't lose hope. That's my point. And so, but let's talk about why this happens. Why does this dynamic happen? Why is it that she's not into you the way she was once into you? And you're not sure what to do about it. Let me give you one of the first reasons why. The first reason may be that she's lonely. She's lonely. A lonely woman is a dangerous woman sometimes. And I don't mean danger as in a danger to you. I'm just saying, like, emotionally, she's going to shift. If she gets tired of being lonely, she's going to shift, and she's going to shift away from you. In all of my years of working with coaches and players in the NFL, and especially on the coaching level, because they spend so much time in the office and on the field and traveling, it puts extraordinary stress on a relationship. They're so tied down by their work because of the nature of the beast that wives get lonely. And after a while, like, they can only enjoy so many games. They can only enjoy so many pieces of jewelry and nice houses and cars and all that. After a while, it gets old because loneliness is painful. And it's too much. It's too much for anybody to handle for too long. And so I remember one lady, her husband brought her back in the day. This was a very expensive ring. It was like 30 grand. That's nothing today to a lot of people. But it was back then a lot of money. She took the ring and threw it at him. She said, "You can keep the ring. I'm tired. I'm tired of being alone." And so when she's been alone for a long time, bro, like, she will shift on you. And you got to recognize when she's lonely because she's been asking you for time. When are we going to go out? When are we going to spend some time together? How much longer or later are you going to work? Can you come home early tonight? She's been asking and asking and asking, and you know I'm right. And you're still not showing up for that quality time that she needs with you. So one of the reasons that she's not into you the way she used to be into you is because she's lonely. Now, this is a really dangerous ground, just so you know, for the relationship, because oftentimes lonely women end up in the arms of other men. And affairs happen here because the loneliness, again, is painful and it's palpable, and people will resolve their pain some way, somehow. So what do? if she's lonely. If I were you, I would start prioritizing time with her. If your days are long at work, I would start calling from work. I would start FaceTiming from work at your breaks. You're not that busy, man. Like, you're not that important. Maybe you're busy, but you ain't that important. You ain't so important that you can't pick up the phone and call home and say, hey, I'm thinking about you. How's your day going? I can't wait to get home to see you and to be with you. You are not that important. Come on, holler back at me. You're not that important. If she's lonely, you gotta change. You gotta shift. You gotta do something and give her the attention that she longs for. All right, so it could be that she's lonely. It also is that she wants some security. If you're in a relationship and there's no security, for example, there's no financial security. Like, you're not paying the bills, you're not making ends meet, right? And she could be the one who's the breadwinner, right? She brings more money home. Yeah, that's a real dynamic. But if you're spending up all that money, like she's making money and you always spending, and there's no savings, there's no backup, there's no investing, there's no financial security, there's no financial plan, right? If there is no security, if there's no relationship security, because you're being unfaithful or have been unfaithful and haven't resolved the affairs that harm the relationship, she could be struggling for security, a sense of security. And when a woman is struggling for a sense of security, bro, like, she will fade on you. She will back up from you. She can't give her best and her everything to a man who won't make her secure in the relationship, who won't provide financial security, emotional security, and safety. Are you tracking with me? So what's shifted? What do you do when there's no security? You got to make some decisions. You got to make some decisions. Like, if it's financial, like, you need a budget, and a budget that we stick to. One of the things my wife often tells me, and I'm not bragging, I'm just saying, like, thank you for taking care of the finances for our family. I used to be horrible in that department. So much so that my wife was insecure. And my pastor called me on the carpet one day. He said, Rod Hairston. Now, you know, when your pastor calls you on the carpet because you're not making your wife secure financially, he said, it's your job to provide for your household. I was like, oh, snap. Right? I didn't do a good job. And I had to admit that. But I turned the ship around. I didn't make her pay the bills. I was running from the bills. I decided I'm going to pay the bills. I'll take care of the bills. I'll handle the bills. That was, I don't know, 18, 20 years ago now. I've been handling the bills ever since. I make sure the bills are paid. I make sure there's savings. I make sure that we've got insurance. I make sure that things are ticking and clicking so that she doesn't have to worry about the money. Security is key. Women thrive where there is security. Yeah, if you want her to be into you, like, make sure she is secure. Make sure she's secure emotionally. Make sure she's not concerned about your eyes roaming, right, when you're coming home, who you're with. Like, a woman who's tired of feeling insecure in the relationship, she is not going to be into you. She is on her way out the door, but you can stop that. Here's another reason why she may not be into you. She needs some real commitment. I'm talking all the dudes who just won't commit. Like, it's not she's your girlfriend, she's your partner, right? But you won't commit. Like, how long you gonna do this, right? You've been in a relationship for like 12 years, right? This is my girlfriend. She tired of being your girlfriend. She don't want to be your girlfriend for 12 years. You're grown. She wants to be your wife. She wants to be your number one, your only one. She wants you to put a ring on it. She wants some commitment out of you, but you won't commit. Why are you afraid to commit? You know what the Bible says about people who won't commit? A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. A man who can't make a solid commitment, won't make a solid commitment, is an unstable man. His work life is unstable. His finances are unstable. His emotions are unstable. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Are you unstable? Listen, she's not into you because she can't stand the instability of no commitment. She's looking for some commitment from you. She's looking for you to be committed to her, committed to the growth of the relationship, committed to moving into the future together in covenant relationship. She's going to lose interest. She's losing interest because you're not committed. This is also powerful grounds for an affair. I'm telling you, I'm trying my best to give you what's real. We're living in a generation where so many men won't commit. After church on Sunday, I ran into a couple, young couple, beautiful couple. They're in their 20s. I was like, hey, how old are you guys? He was like 23. She's about the same age. She's in college. I said, hey, what's the plan? I see y'all hang out. I said, y'all a couple, right? They're like, yeah, we're a couple. I was like, I thought so. Y'all always, together. I said, what's the plan? He said, oh, I got a plan. And he looked at her. He said, can I tell him the plan? She's like, well, yeah. He said, well, she's got another year or two for college, but I'm planning this next year to ask her to be my wife. I was like, my man, oh, you a real dude. You ain't playing around because you're committed. Now I can see why she's so happy, why she's so smiling, why she's so into him, why every time I see her, I see him. When I see him, I see her. Because he's committed to her. Can I just challenge you, fellas, commit. Commit. What are you afraid of? Why won't you commit? What you still trying to find? Bro, you're 40, you're 35, you're 32. Why you keep looking around? Why do you keep looking around I'm looking for the perfect one? You're not the perfect one. I'm on my thing now, all right? Commit to somebody. Commit to the relationship. Otherwise, you're going to be 40 and 50 and you're going to be alone because ain't nobody going to commit to you. So whatever you sow, you shall also reap. All right, let me get to the third point here. She needs commitment. She needs you, and this is powerfully related to the rest of what I've shared with you today. She needs you to mature emotionally. I'll never forget. My coach challenged me. He said, oh, Rod, he said, your problem is you're emotionally immature. And I was like, man, are you serious? Is this where we're going? This is what I'm paying you to coach me to tell me? He's like, yeah, let me just tell you. I had a pattern of being up and down. My emotions used to pull me back and forth. I would be depressed. I would be happy. I would be anxious. I would be calm. My emotions were all over the place. We call that being unregulated. My emotions were everywhere. And he began to challenge me and teach me how to begin to regulate my emotions, to understand them. And I'm telling you, a man who is not emotionally mature is not mature in almost every area of his life. Because our emotions are designed to guide us into depth of relationship and depth of understanding of other people, to guide us to be effective in life. And when your emotions are all over the place, it gets to my last point, which is she's exhausted. She's not into you because she's tired. She's exhausted. She's been trying to get you to be the person that she really needs you to be so that she can have a stable, committed, thriving relationship. But dude over there is steady and he's stable and he's committed and he shows up. And when he gives his word, he means it. And so she's into him. And I know you don't like that, but she can't take that there is no commitment and there is no security and that she's lonely. She can only take it for so long. And so now she's drifting, but you can win her back if you will make her a priority, If you'll focus on the relationship, I'll talk about this in another video, right? You can win her back. Listen, even if she's having an affair, you can win her back, right? By the way, these are the reasons some of the reasons that women have affairs. Wives have affairs because the loneliness and the lack of commitment and lack of maturity, no security, and being exhausted lead them to affairs, but you can win her back. All right. In a new video, I'm going to talk about how you can actually win her back. Hey, I'm Rod Hairston. I'm glad you were with me today. If this has been helpful to you, if you like this channel, if you like the content you're receiving, would you like and subscribe? Help me to get to that next level, 1,000 subscribers. I'd appreciate your help. I want to help as many couples as I can. So I'm giving this good stuff away, stuff that I've been sharing with couples for many years now. So help us to grow. I really appreciate it. I hope this is helping you to grow. And I look forward to resourcing you more and more and more. All right, have a great rest of your day. I'll see you in the next video.